Get me that signal. We need more power. Here we have a game of XCOM almost ready to go. I just want to give you a quick tour, apologize for the shaky cam. There are 4 players. No matter how many players you actually have playing, there are 4 positions that have to be filled. You've got the chief scientist over here. They have several cards. The game has 2 phases, the timed phase and then the resolution phase. And the time phase is where you got to act really fast to get stuff done. So the chief scientist will be responsible for getting research done and assigning scientists, these scientist tokens, to getting this research completed. Over here, the squad leader, he has all the troops ready to go. There's 4 different types of troops: support, heavy, sniper, and assault. And they will be assigned to missions and to defending the base. We also have the commander. The commander is in charge of the money. Here's his emergency reserve. Everything that you do has to be paid for. Every soldier that goes out has to be paid for. Every scientist that goes out has to be paid for. And you have to use what money you have available from the countries coming in the game. He also has a few other things that he can do during the time phase. Exhausting these cards by doing that will allow you to use those abilities. And then finally you have the central officer, who is in charge of protecting the orbit around the planet. He assigns satellites to destroy UFOs in orbit around our wonderful planet. Here we have the board. This is going to be where we determine when we actually lose, because all of the countries of the world are going to be going in here. They're separated into 6 groups. The game will be telling us how to set those up at the beginning. If any 2 of them ever reach this yellow space, that's it, we lose. The game's over. Toast. Here are, one thing I forgot to mention is the interceptors. The commander is in charge of the interceptors, which there'll be UFOs attacking all through here. He'll be assigning interceptors to defend those areas. These are our reserves. We can buy these guys later if we have the money to do it. Up there on the board, that's where the research comes in. We can have up to 3 research projects going at once, and up to 3 researchers assigned to each one. Over there, that's a current mission. We'll usually get a mission each turn that we get to go on. We may or may not accomplish it. This is the enemy's overall dastardly plan. There's about 5 or 6, I believe, and I don't know what that will be yet. This is our base, and this is enemies attacking our base. We'll have to defend that as well. Over here we got our dice that we roll. This is good. Those are successes. It's got 2 successes, and the rest not so good. This is the alien die. And this is an interesting thing, because whenever you roll, you're rolling against this threat track here, which starts at 1, and every time you got to roll, it goes up 1. And if this alien die is ever equal to or less than that number, well, you lose whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what your other successes are. The aliens mess you up, man. Here are the aliens that are going to be involved in the game. I don't know which specific ones. There's just stack of about 6 or 7 different types, and only some will be used in the game. So that's how it starts. Here is my phone, which is where I'm going to be running the app, which is currently upside down. As you can see, it's ready to go. Let's see what it does. Okay, I just want to show you real quick before the game actually starts. I went through the setup. This is what the starting panic levels are supposed to look like, which I have set up here for each of the different continents. As you can see, Africa and Australia are just 1 spot from the red, so I got to watch those guys. My headquarters is up here in Europe. He told me to put that there, so I get to take the expert knowledge card, which my commander can use. It's only for when your headquarters is in Europe. Add 1 XCOM die to each roll against a research task. Use this ability only if Europe's panic level is yellow. So once they go in the red, you're in big trouble. Once two of them get in the orange, game's over. You lose. That's it. The alien plan this time is called misdirection, and this is what I'm trying to stop. So let's run through a quick time phase and see how it goes. Start. Get ready. It's pretty frantic. I'll try to keep up. 3, 2, 1. New technology available. Okay, so next I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technology cards for my scientist. Next, XCOM budget 12 credits. So I have those stacked up. Luckily there's 5, 10, 2 more. That's 12. Enemy in the base. I grab an enemy out of the thing and flip him over. There we go. He's in the base. Next, hit done. Choose a mission. I pick 2 missions from the top of the mission stack and just pick one. Let's go alien abduction. The other one's discarded. That goes over in the mission area. Put 2 aliens on it. 1, 2. And in the middle is just tasks. 14 seconds left. That's not bad. I'm going to hit done to save that for later. Crisis. Uh-oh. You take 2 crisis cards, and you pick one and discard the other. You always suck. Deal 2 damage to the base, or the first time a non-thin man enemy is killed this round, spawn a new enemy in the spot. No, I don't want to do that. I'll just do 2 damage, I guess. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Assign research 1. So meanwhile, the research guy was looking through all these possible things to research and decided he wanted to go with holo-targeting. And he's going to assign 1 scientist to that task. Everything that I assign on the board, that's going to cost me money in the money phase. So come on, be the right way. So that's done. Crisis. Another crisis emerging. So I get to look at 2. Threat starts at 2 for each task this round, or destroy 2 interceptors. Alright, I'll start the threat at 2, I guess. The other one's discarded. Probably be better if I had a tablet. Alright, hit and done. UFOs detected. Okay, I gotta grab 2 UFOs and put them to where they match. 1 in Europe, 1 in Russia, Asia. Hit done. Another crisis card. Here we go. 2 crisis cards. Spawn 2 UFOs in a continent that's following the panic, or destroy 1 interceptor. I'll go with the interceptor, I guess. Like I said, it's the worst of both worlds. 6 seconds left. I'm going to hit done. UFOs detected. Here's 1 in Africa. Boop. Done. Next. Another crisis. Oh, I hate these the most of all. And I always hated them the most. Discard all salvage or discard 1 research tech. I'm going to discard all salvage since I don't have any yet. Salvage is basically dead aliens that you end up killing. Alright, next. Emergency funding available. Alright, that allows me to pick some cash from my emergency funds. I'm going to take 4 extra. I have 12 plus 4. That gives me 16. Hopefully it's not too much and not too little. Oh, lots of time left there. That just gets done. Assign research 2. That gives me 20 seconds to pick a second research project. Luckily, my research guy's been looking at this the whole time. And he decided he's putting UFO power up there and assigning 1 scientist to it. And then, we're going to hit done again. UFOs detected North America and Australia. Oh no. They're all over the world. All over the world. Done. Deploy Squad 2 mission. Alright. That should be interesting since I have no idea who to put there. I'm just going to take these 2 guys. It all has to do with icons. Different icons do different good things. You'll learn more as you play. UFO detected. More in... Oh, there we go. Last continent. There's 1 in every continent now. That's convenient. Defend the base. Okay, I gotta assign people to defend my base. He's got an icon that matches. And he's got an icon that matches. Hopefully 2 will be enough. If it isn't, well, another crisis! So good! More bad things happening. Increased panic in North America by 1. Yeah, that'll be fine. They're all good back. Left, huh? Look at all the time left over. Assign research 3. Well, let's make this a little more complicated. Plasma cannon. That sounds nice, doesn't it? We're going to put one guy on that too. I'm too scared to spend all my money. Done. Deploy interceptors. Okay, this one's harder because I've got these 6, but they're all over the world. And whatever I don't do, so it's most important for me to defend Africa and Australia. So we'll put them there. North America, no, you can wait. Europe, yes. I think that's it. I'm just going to deploy 3. I don't know if it's smarter now. Deploy satellites. Okay, there is nobody currently attacking us in orbit. I'm going to put 1 satellite out there just in case they sneak one in after I've already deployed. Because that does happen. And done. Another crisis. There's like 7 of these dang things. Kill 2 soldiers or kill 1 soldier assigned to the mission. Jeez. Alright, kill 2, I guess. I don't want us to kill the ones that are assigned. Done. Ending time phase. Okay, now this is where I have a minute left to do any other special things that I haven't had time to do. There's a lot of cards that say you can do this during the timed phase. Like, place 2 soldiers here and discard a crisis card from the pool. So I am going to do that. Which one? Which one? Which one? Just one. Kill 2 soldiers. I'll get rid of that. Huh. I've got 35 seconds left. Let's see. Time phase. I can put a soldier here and make him become elite. Elite soldiers are nice. They give you an extra die. Any other time phase stuff? There is, but I am too slow to figure it out. We're going to hit done. And then we're ready for the resolution phase. That was a whole time phase. We got to get everybody set up on the board. All the bad guys do their attacks. I set up all my defenses. And then we go to the resolution phase. Audit the budget. Okay, this is the important part. I count up how much money I've spent. We've all spent on the board. And then we have to pay for it. With only our budget that we have this term. So you count every token and figure that's yours on the board. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait, I can't count those. Those are reserves. Don't count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, 3 interceptors, 3 scientists, 4 people assigned to missions, 1 satellite. That's all I see. So, that came out to what? 11? Did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, yes. So, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What do I have left? I have 5 left. Wow. Next, recruit soldiers and build interceptors. Okay, since I have some left over, I can use them to recruit more soldiers and build more interceptors from this reserve area. So there goes 5 of my funds. Get rid of that, but I will buy all 4 of these soldiers. They cost me 1 each. And I will put them in their appropriate spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll buy 1 more interceptor. That's 5. Only 1 interceptor left. Don't worry, they blow up really fast. Next, resolve crisis. Each crisis in the crisis pool must be resolved. I'm going to pause and go through all that because I have to go through each one of these one by one and do all the horrible things that it says to do. Like to deal 2 damage to the base. 1, 2. Okay, that's done. Once it reaches a certain amount on that track, bad things happen. When it reaches here, I look at this card and it says, spawn 2 UFOs in orbit. Well, that wouldn't be good. Threat starts at 2 for each task this round. Okay, threat is up here. I'm going to move that to the 2 to remind me that everything I do, it starts at 2 instead of 1. Destroy 1 interceptor. Okay, well, I'm just going to take 1 here and put it in the reserve. It's destroyed. Discard all salvage. Ha! Well, I don't have any salvage yet because I haven't killed any aliens. So that's nothing. Increase panic in North America by 1. Luckily, North America is all the way at the end, so increasing that by 1. And poof! I'm done with that phase. Next. Resolve research. Starting with research 1 and continuing to research 2 and 3, roll 1 XCOM die for each scientist assigned to that location along with the enemy die. So, I have 1 scientist up here. He's investigating that hollow targeting. So I have to roll my 1 die, because I have 1 scientist and the alien die. And this is what's going to go up each time. If I roll a 1 or a 2, my scientist breaks himself. Luckily I rolled a 3. But I didn't get a success either. So what happens is the threat goes up to 3 now, and I get to roll again. But if I roll a 1, 2, or 3 with the alien die, I break my scientist. I rolled a 6, but I also failed it again. So now it goes up to 4. Do I keep pushing it? They don't actually die, you just lose them. They go out of commission for a turn. So yeah, I'm going to push it. I rolled an 8, and I failed again. So now it goes up to 5, and that's as high as it can go. So, at this point I would normally just stop, and I think I will. I'll go on to Task 2. Now with Task 2, it goes all the way back down to 2 again, and then I get to roll for that one, which is the UFO power. Success! I rolled a 4, so that's not a failure. It's higher than 2, and I got a success. So that means I can put in a success token on it, and actually, I get it right away, because it only cost me 1 success. This goes to the central officer, so I take this card and give it to the central officer. Place 1 satellite here. The commander gains 1 buck. Nice. Limit twice per round. That. I haven't seen that one before. That one will come in handy. That money really comes in handy. So, once I go through all of that, go to the next part. Resolve orbital defense. You kind of do the same thing with the aliens in orbit and your satellites in orbit. You would roll your XCOM dice and the alien die, and you would move the threat up and down the track. We don't have any of those, so I'm not going to worry about it. Resolve global defense. Now this is for my interceptors. So my interceptors would start to roll. Over here, I have 1 interceptor and 1 alien there in Africa. Let's roll for that. Okay, I failed, but I didn't lose, so now that threat goes up to a 3 from the 2. So remember, I got to start at 2 for every task. I rolled a 4, but I failed again. So now it moves up to 4. I can push it. Do I push it? Let's try it. I rolled a 4, and I failed, which means my ship blows up. His ship doesn't. We could have both blown up at the same time if I rolled a success, but obviously that didn't happen. So we'll go over here to Australia. 7 and nothing. Now this reset back over to 2, so now I move it up to 3. 5 and nothing. So now it goes up to 4. 1 and nothing. My ship blows up. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I actually succeed, or if you assign more than 1 ship, you have a better chance. Like if I had put 3 ships there, I would have rolled 3 XCOM dice, to their 1, and I would have got 1 success, and poof, I would have wiped out one of their ships. Sometimes they have half a dozen ships there, but... So that's just an example now. I would do the same with this. Let's say he killed him. Now what happens with any remaining ships on the board moves this panic track up once for each place. So North America goes up by 1. South America goes up by 1. Africa goes up by 1, which is not good because they're now in the red. Asia goes up by 1. Right here. And Australia goes up by 1. So now those are both in the red. They are panicking. They are not happy. Next. Base defense. Okay, I got 2 guys over here assigned to my base, and I gotta fight this Muton. They have to have those icons to be able to attack them. And let's see, I have a sniper assigned. He's got a targeting 1. So that's good. So I can assign him to attack. And this other guy is a support dude. He's got the explosion icon, so I can assign him to attack. I got my 2 dice against the alien, but he is an alien 2, so it's going to take 2 successes to kill him. I got none. So I moved that threat token from 2 to 3 again. Okay, I got 1 success, and that's an 8, so that's alright. So I'll put this little thing on there. We're still fighting him. Can we kill him? This moves up 1 more to 4. Yes! Super successes, and that's an 8. Ha! This guy is wiped out, and he goes over here to salvage. I can use his body now for research. Successfully defended the base. If I hadn't, well then the base would have gotten damaged, and once the base gets destroyed, you also lose. Resolve mission. I would do the same thing with the mission card over there. Each mission has at least 3 tasks on it. You can resolve, you get to push it and resolve as many as you want during your turn, but if you push it too far, it doesn't reset between tasks, so if you push too far, all your soldiers are going to get killed over there. And the mission stays there. If you succeed once, it will carry over to the next turn so you can go and try to succeed more. At this point, everybody refreshes all their cards and units, so all the cards that you tap during the turn, those get refreshed. We're approaching the end of the turn, basically. Return my units to the reserve, so any units that I use, like these guys over here who are defending the base, they can go back on their cards. The guys on the mission, they would stay on their mission unless they actually completed it. These interceptors get to come back home. I could also pull off some scientists and some satellites if I want, but not if they were hurt. If they were hurt, then I wouldn't. They would go back flipped over upside down with a little X on them. That means they exhausted themselves. And next turn I'll get to flip them back over and then reuse them. Was the XCOM base destroyed? No! And then we update and tell it where we left where all the alignment tokens are. Let's just say like that. Did you complete a mission this round? No, not completed. Next. How many UFOs are in orbit? None. Next. And then it goes back to the time phase. There you go. You got to see an entire turn, whether you wanted to or not, of how to play XCOM. It gets really intense during the time phase, and the biggest thing you got to watch is spending all your money. It gets a lot of fun, though. I really enjoyed playing this. It's much more fun with multiple people. Trying to run all this by myself, I had a great time, but it was really tough. Especially trying to use those cards that are down at the bottom that say you can only use them during the time phase. I couldn't remember all of them because I'm running 4 players at the same time, you know. So I think the sweet spot here is 3 or 4 players. If you have a 3-player game, assign one person to do research plus something else. It tells you what in the rules, but that's what I think. Research plus something else, because research, when you start running out of money, that's the first thing that's got to go, is the research. That is how you play
We need
XCOM, the board game.